Eclipse and the Ninjas in Pyjamas. Now as the teams get set for the rematch, I'd like to welcome CLG's Dexter to the desk.
Hey.
Welcome back. So first impression of that game, 52 minutes long. C9 ended up playing the will out late game you style. Did it play out as you expected?
Going into this match, after I saw the picks, I was like, okay, NIP actually has the game. But I think they misplayed the team comp completely. And I think what they should have done, they should have just lane swapped against the Ryze. And they had TF in mid lane who can just farm up fine against Ahri. The way it turned out, it was like, okay, Rumble got a few kills, but Ryze farmed up. And with the 1-on-2, they also would have denied the Feral Flare item on the Shyvana because she had to push the 1-on-2 wave, right?
Yeah.
It would have stopped her like 5 minutes from stacking it up to the point. I mean, Shyvana died at bot lane with double buffs. I was like, okay, this is gonna be a hard game for C9. But yeah, I think what they should have done, starve Ryze from farm, from any items, and then have TF TP into his lane and kill him over and over again to keep him down. And also, they should have contested every dragon with Rumble, because you pick Rumble for early dragon contest. That's like, Rumble hits level 6, you go dragon instantly. And there's no team comp that can fight Rumble because Rumble is so strong at contesting dragons or objectives. And yeah, I think it was just like pure execution from NIP. Maybe they had a good game plan. I didn't know exactly what their thoughts were. But also like blind picking TF is something really risky. But I guess they wanted to really shut down Ryze. But I don't see that happening when you just play normal lanes 1-on-1 and 2-on-2. So it's a bit, yeah, I guess misplayed part from NIP in this game.
So then, talking about sort of the NIP style then, because they've been playing consistently for the late game every time, long laning phases, everything else, they play actually fairly aggressive early on. They actually roamed up to Ryze a few times. They killed him 3 times in the first 20 minutes or so. Is that surprising, or is that just like, well, they know the game, of course?
I used to play with Nukedeck in the team, and I know how he plays TF. What he likes is, when he sees the opportunity to just roam before 6, and he pushes the wave up, he calls the jungle in the lane to hold it, what Kha'Zix did. Kha'Zix got like 1 wave of farm, while TF went up to the top lane and dove him. So that was really good for him, and it gave Zoro the advantage in the top lane to actually dominate the lane on Rumble. But yeah, it didn't do anything, because Ryze got the farm anyway, and even when Ryze dies 1 or 2 or even 4 times, it doesn't really do anything to him, because he can still farm. He has TP. He can do everything in the lane and just farm up pretty much.
Yeah, so that seems like, do NIP just not ever play quick games? Like, individually, okay, I'll go make a roam, but like it seems like that team is not one to look to close games out anytime soon.
I have no idea. Maybe they just don't want to show anything what they have prepared for the playoffs, like when they go into LCS against Millennium or whoever team it is. But yeah, I think there was like a misplay from them, and their team comp looked very late game, like with Rumble and TF and everything. But yeah, I don't see them closing out games really soon or changing their style significantly before playoffs.
Yeah, so you mentioned both of the solo laners. Like, we didn't get to see a lot of Rumble ultis around early dragons, which is something we usually see, and we didn't see a lot of TF ultimates used for ganks to get advantages in lane. What about jungler here for Kha'Zix? What did you see from Wilberto?
Well, he just farmed up. He didn't really try to force anything. I have no idea how the communication in the team is going, but usually it's like, yeah, I'm fine, you don't need to come, you know? Like, so, I know it best because, yeah, I think their bot lane is really good, like 2-on-2, Mythi and Freeze, they can hold their own. And usually every lane can hold their own, but it doesn't force the jungler to do anything. He just farms up, and I have to give it to Shyvana, because Shyvana is way better in later games, in later stages of the games than Kha'Zix.
Yeah.
Even when Kha'Zix is like acting as a tank and is super good, and I really like the Rumble and Kha'Zix together, because it's like it sets up Kha'Zix resets so easily.
Yeah, get everybody a little bit low,
and then you go in for resets, and then have TF port into the backline, assassinate them. That was like how I would have made the plan for our, like, if I would have been on a team and had the team comp, I would have made the plan, okay, we do this Rumble ultimates, we have Kha'Zix jumping in, soaking damage, and then TF porting in the backline, and then assassinating the AD carry or Ahri even. But yeah, C9 played a pick comp with Ahri, and Ahri pretty much solo carried the game for, I think, a misplayed team fight at top lane or skirmish cost them the game. Rumble ultimate missed there and caused Ahri to give them the advantage, and then it was just a snowball.
Yeah, so then you come into this game then, and you're saying, okay, it's a best of 5.
Yeah.
And let's say you're NIP right now. Is it a difference in champ select? Is it a difference in game plan? What do you do to win the second game?
Well, actually, I have to give props to C9. They did a really good job of keeping Zoro down. They banned, I think, top laners as well. And then they first rotation Shyvana. And usually Zoro is the one that wants Shyvana.
Yeah.
So I think getting Zoro out of the comfort zone is really good. And just keeping their style. and then they might even win against Ninjas in Pyjamas. But I think next game we might see some different picks from NIP, and we just have to see how it works out. I don't think they will get the Kha'Zix again. Even when he didn't do much this game, it's just like if he gets 1 or 2 kills, he can just solo carry the game. And it's always a threat to play against Kha'Zix. Even when it's on the 4.5 patch, where he got a bit nerfed, he's still really strong and probably the best jungler in the game. So yeah, we just have to see how it works out next game.
Yeah, I really did like the sort of switch that they did with early Shyvana and then putting her in the jungle. Not a lot of people are going to be expecting that. That only works one time. This is a best of 5.
Yeah.
It works with the opener. In the consecutive games, then you can't really pull those surprises. Do you expect Cloud9 to go more early game now, or do you think that they're going to continually try and just, oh yeah, we'll continue to out late game, we'll just go with the same sort of strategy over and over till it loses?
I think picks and bans might change a bit. I'm surprised that NIP banned Zed out, because Nukeduck is usually the best. Like, he was by far the best Zed player I've played with, and he knows everything about that champion. So maybe he had plans of picking TF specifically for this game. That's why he banned it out, and he was afraid of Zed killing him over and over again, one-on-one. But I don't think it will be banned on purple side, and he maybe wants it for a counter pick or something, and then we might see a different game.
Okay. Well, Dexter, thank you very much. We're going to see